Hey everybody, it's Wednesday afternoon at 2 and that means I am live with some more things to show you with close to my heart. The current catalog is this particular catalog, and there's a couple of different paper packs in it. One of the big one being featured throughout August is this Happiest Place, and so we'll talk about that in the next few weeks. But right now I really want to talk to you about the second paper pack in here. It is called Timber. So the first one is Summer Vibes, and Summer Vibes made sense to me because when this catalog came out, you know, it's July, August, and so, you know, you think summer, this is perfect. And then when I saw the second one, even though I love it, it seems out of time or something. It feels weird to have a paper pack this dark in the middle of summer. And you know, a lot of people are doing Christmas in July and that kind of thing. And this kind of makes me think of winter and Christmas. And so, I knew I had to have it, and I bought like 3 or 4 packs of it. That's how much I love it. But then on the other hand, when I started messing with it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not gonna sell very well, because again, we have another pack about the mountains and how many people go to the mountains and that kind of thing. Hi Denise, hi Stephanie, thank you very much for coming on and watching. I gotta tell you guys, I really appreciate you watching these, because it feels weird to talk to myself if no one is here. I'll still do it, but it's just weird. Anyway, so I wanted to show you the Timber paper pack and the stuff that comes with it. I'll show you the papers in a minute. There's Close to My Heart has started this new cricket collection, and I'm happy to say that I'm not thrilled about the cricket collection with this one, because it really doesn't lend itself to my life very well. But in the next catalog, the September October catalog, they've started adding back in the 12 by 12 cricket cuts into a collection. So each collection will have like a layout that goes with it too, and that's kind of exciting. The Picture My Life cards, some chipboard type die cuts, and the card stock, and the sticker sheet is really cool. Anyway, I want to show you some ideas, because honestly, when you first look at this paper pack, you probably immediately, if you're like me, think, well, that won't fit for what I need. Stars shine brightest in the darkness. I immediately think camping, fishing, outdoors, everything. There's little pictures of an axe, saws, mountains, and I'm like, this doesn't fit my life very well. But so I started messing around with it, and I came up with some layouts that don't have anything to do with all of that. There are some real gems on here too, and I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so the paper, I fell in love with the plaids. Hi Amanda. I am so happy that you're here too, because I was just telling the other guys that I feel so weird sometimes when there's nobody here and I'm just talking to myself, and I miss talking to you. I wish we could talk back and forth on here, right? Anyway, so the Timber paper is what we're talking about. This is, I fell in love with the plaid. I don't know why. What am I going to do with it? Although it's really popular for Christmas, so immediately, you know, your brain goes to Christmas. And the back of the paper is this pine print, which again kind of lends itself to Christmas to me. A lot of the trends right now have this kind of black and white kind of plaid, kind of like what's on the zip strip. And so yeah, immediately Christmas. And you know, with the gnomes that are in the catalog right now, a lot of consultants just immediately jump to Christmas in July and the gnomes with this paper pack. And it's nice, but I need more options. Love this. I wish we got more sheets of this because I like the red a lot. My favorite, though, is the wood print. And just as like a sneak peek, if you are liking the wood grain patterns, you're gonna love the next catalog. I'm not gonna say any more. I'm gonna get in trouble if I say anything, but I love that wood grain. The print that kind of threw me, there's two prints that kind of threw me a little bit, and this is one of them. It looks gold when you first look at it, but it's actually toffee, and it's got kind of this diamond arrow style pattern, and it is the only light neutral in the kit except for this one. And this one is, you know, getting lost in the woods, wild and free, going home in the woods, being brave, being bold, wild animals and mountains and fresh air and great outdoors kind of stuff. As an indoor person, the only time I encounter this kind of thing is if I go to the zoo or to Disney. So I could do Disney pages, but I know, right? I can't help it. They just had a big launch party yesterday with the new catalog, and OMG, I'm dying. I kind of started adding up the stuff that I really want, and it's a little scary. It really is. I've always been like, I'll just get a few things and I'll be fine. And these every 2-month catalogs are helping me budget things out a little better. But wow, the next one's big. Anyway, I'll stop it. Okay, so these are the cardstocks that kind of go with it, with this kit. The evergreen and espresso, ruby, sapphire toffee, and this is French vanilla. It looks white on screen, I'm sure, but it is French vanilla, which is an off-white. So the other thing I want to show you really quick is the PML cards, because the PML cards, at first glance, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'll never use all these. Look, it has a bear on it. What am I going to do with that? And mountains. Come on, buffalo. But there's a lot of PML cards in here that work really well for my life. And don't you love that? And I like how one way the card is horizontal and the other way it's vertical. I love that. So there are some options here, and there's a few of them that I kind of threw together that I thought, I kind of want to do a page of my grandmother's old house out in the country. My grandfather was a tenant farmer, and we used to spend all of our time outdoors up there because they didn't have air conditioning, and so like catching fireflies and having bonfires and stuff was kind of a thing. I don't have pictures of all that, but I do have a picture of the house and of the people, and so I thought that would be, some of these are really, really neat. I've loved the stars too fondly to be fearful of the night. I used this one in one of my layouts. I want to show you that. This one is very interesting. It's like a topographical print, matte print, but I've used it. Interestingly, I used the one with the moose. There's all kinds of them in here that I think I would never use that in a million years. King of my heart. What? Why would I use that? So there's some interesting things in here, and so I challenged myself to use them up. So that being said, the first thing I did was a 2-page layout kind of honoring my dad because it was the obvious one. My dad, he wears flannel all the time. He is a woodworker. A lot of the stickers and the accessories are related to woodworking, and so it was perfect. So I used the this craftsman title at the top is the Thin Cuts alphabet, and I cut it out once in ruby and once in the red plaid, and then layered it so it had a little bit of a shadow. I think I could have done that a little better, but you get the drift. I love this picture of my dad. This is a PML card. I just cut it to make a title, and I popped it. You might, I don't know if you can see all my pop dots, but it's dimensional. And then, interestingly, I was able to use the saw on the sticker sheet because it says sawdust is basically man glitter. So this is totally fits my father very well. So I used the measure twice, cut once, and the wood print and a little bit of the flannel print. And so, hey, that worked out great, right? And I could even do, I made this dimensional also, and I could have made it a flip flap and did some hidden journaling about doing some stories about my dad. My dad is a really cool person, and he does a lot of wood projects. He's really creative, and he sells birdhouses at the Ace hardware store here in town. So I just thought, well, that would be a really cool story, right? Okay, so there's one. The next one I wanted to figure out how to use this sticker. On the sticker sheet, it is, if you look at the whole sticker sheet, there's a couple of stickers on here that take a lot of space. And that one is, gosh, it's almost, what, a sixth of the whole sheet. So is the stars one. And I'm like, I have got to use these giant stickers and figure out a way to use them. So what I did on here is, it's no myth, you're a legend. I did go ahead and use some of that mountain print just as a relief to all the dark colors. And you might notice this is a PML card. Here's a sticker here. And then on this side, I just did a basic square, and you'll notice here's another PML card, and I used a few stickers on here. So what am I going to do with this page? Well, interestingly, I wanted this to be able to tuck in, like I have some people in my family. Let me just grab some pictures here. I wanted to be able to tuck a picture in here if I wanted to, so I made it like a pocket where I could do like a tall picture. Recently, you know, my husband's uncle died. He was a fireman, and I have some really great pictures of him that I think will go really well. They did like a big going away salute on the whole tour, you know, to the memorial. And so I thought, well, this is a really cool idea to use for this, and then tell some stories of, you know, his uncle, and, you know, honor him. I could even tuck his obituary in there or whatever. And then the other thought I had was, I have an uncle who he has a lot of really crazy stories that get told every single time the family gets together, and I thought it would be hilarious to put a picture of him on here, and then even though I don't have tons and tons of pictures of him, I could tell the stories that are told at the Thanksgiving table every single year about the crazy stuff that he has done, because they get told over and over. They're like legend. So I thought that's a cool use of that paper. And I was able to use everything, and it's, you know, it could even be a woman. You know, at first I threw some pictures on here of my aunt who had been battling cancer, and her pictures looked amazing on here. So I don't think it has to be all masculine, even though the colors are dark. So this one, a couple of these layouts I didn't finish. This is page 2. Here's page 1. And I just kind of wanted to show you that I use this Picture My Life card with the moose on it, and I will just put a picture over it or something over it. I can still use that card, and I need that pop of red, and I had run out of my red color, and so that using that card is a great way to have some red and make the page kind of come together. The other thing, I used that wood print and matted it, and you know, I don't know which way my pictures are going to go because I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But so that's why I didn't do those yet, because I could do these up and down, different ways. I could put this here. This is another Picture My Life card. One side is red and one side is brown. I kind of liked this brown, and if you had the right picture, you know, I have a few pictures around, but none of them really kind of go. But if I was gonna cut this down and mat it, that might be kind of a neat matted picture. Actually, that picture goes really well with this. Look at that. It's like it was their Christmas card picture. And see, see, it's a Christmas thing. That's one thing that I thought was interesting. The other thing is, I was going through a bunch of my old stuff, and I found this medallion that I had made. Stephanie, you might recognize it because it's from Stamplistic, and I took a class from them, like, I don't know, I want to say almost probably 18 or 20 years ago. But I thought, oh, look at that, look how cute that is. That would be a really neat decoration on this page. I've obviously never done anything with it. It was meant to be a card, and I would never, I don't know, it just feels like too much work to give that away to somebody who might toss it in the garbage. So it would be really a cool thing to put on this page, and I really like how that turned out. I could use my Christmas embellishments. I really just think this one is, this is kind of what I thought of. I don't know where my clip went. Oh, there. When I first saw it, I thought, ah, it's Christmas. Okay, so then let's get away from the Christmas theme idea. Sorry, I've got little pages everywhere. I challenged myself to use this paper that I don't love, and I kind of like the farmhouse look, and I do kind of think that this lends itself, can you see that? Lends itself to the farmhouse look, and then look like a journaling card on here. And for a page 2, something very similar with the wood print, photo mats, and then this Picture My Life card is interesting because it's like a word search. So it says like good times, funny, brave, love you, starry skies, and then on the other side, there's even more, but on the other side, being with you, handsome, grateful. So, you know, you could do Thanksgiving on here even, or we could put good times or being with you or something. And then I have these pictures of, I'm just going to set this here for a minute. I have these pictures of my cousin's wedding, and I thought, how cool would that be? They used kind of a wood backdrop for their wedding pictures, and they really do go with this paper really well. And so I think that this might be how I'll use it. I love it. Absolutely love it. And tell their story, right? Doesn't that look neat? The other thought I had was if I just added just a few pumpkin decorations or a little bit of orange or something. Look at this. It totally goes fall. And I could do a complete, I could do a fall title or whatever. So there are some more options. I just think that's really interesting. I think I have one more to show you. So then I challenged myself to use that King of my heart, and I kept thinking, well, of course I'll do Steve, right? King of my heart. What else would I use for that? And there was this one little sticker that said keeping it handsome, and the bear threw me off. I gotta be honest, the bear is a little weird, but it goes with this, and I love the red plaid and the black and white plaid. So this would be the page 2. I used the flannel, because of the flannel print, and I used enough of the flannel print that even if I put a picture on there, it won't all be covered up. So with that in mind, I found these pictures of me and Steve dressed up for Halloween, and I don't show these to everybody, but we dressed up as like mountain men with little hatchets, and I put a fake beard on and everything. I like to dress up to surprise people, but you can't tell me that these pictures don't go perfect on here. And so I have some ideas for this. Okay. And then I thought, well, if I don't want to use, not everybody has Halloween, and not everybody has plaid flannel like this. And so another option would be my dog Murphy, keeping it handsome, king of my heart, isn't he cute? And then I could put, like here I have him wearing a flannel bandana. I could put that on there, and it all kind of fits into the theme, right? So that is what I came up with for this. And I still have, I used an entire kit of paper making these layouts. So this is how many layouts. Now I added cardstock to it because I did not purchase a separate cardstock pack. So I just used a lot of my own cardstock. So it goes a lot farther when you do that. But you can see that on here, I did not use like the mustache, the hatchet, some of the sayings, and then like the logging and lumberjack will totally go if I use these. So, I will probably go ahead and make this more about my Halloween pictures, just so that I can really use some of those. Isn't that fun? Isn't that ridiculous? I can't believe I'm showing you those pictures, you guys. Hi, Kara. All right, that is what I have today. And before I go, I just want to tell you all, thank you so much for watching and for sending me messages and ideas and orders. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate it, because this is what I really love, and I can't do it without you, and I really appreciate that. So I hope you all have a great afternoon, and I promise I'm going to try to keep some of the sneak peeks under wraps for a little bit. They told us not to talk too much until August 1st, but we'll see. We'll see how long it lasts. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.